You guys know this one too. I can see the light of the clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of the clear blue morning. Oh, everything's gonna be all right, gonna be okay. Sing it with us. I can see the light of the clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Oh, everything's gonna be all right, gonna be okay. One last time now. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Oh, I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Oh, everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. Gonna be okay. That got us warmed up, didn't it? Okay, one last song for the pre-show. We're going to dedicate this one to Unity of the Oaks. It's another one of our Rick and Sherry Easter songs. But you're welcome to sing. Got my mother's fears and my father's voice, and used to think I had no choice. But I'm not merely a stamp, I'm more than merely a stamp. A creation pure as clouds above, kissed with faith and hope and love. I know who I am, I know just who I am. I am the life, I am here, I am faithful. I am the life, I will shout, I am grateful. Not a soup of serendipity, melting in a pot of history. My true nature is a symphony, a unique divine identity, a universe.
We're born into a world of doubt till we learn to live from inside out.
'Cause we're not merely a stamp, we're more than merely a stamp.
Like the acorn who became an oak and said out loud when he awoke.
I know who I am, I know just who I am. I am the life, I am here, I am faithful. I am the life, I will shout, I am grateful. Not a soup of serendipity, melting in a pot of history. My true nature is a symphony, a unique divine identity. Not small or insignificant, we're made of love, omnipotent. Our true nature is magnificent, and our potential infinite. In the universe, we are the universe. I am the life, I am here, I am faithful. That was for us. But thank you so much. Welcome to our beautiful, beautiful Heaven on Earth Center, Unity of the Oaks, on this wonderful Easter Sunday. We're so grateful to see everybody here. I have family in the house. Can I give them a round of applause? This is my namesake. This is Lily and Cheryl II, right here. Anyway, I'm so happy to be with you guys today. We're going to start off this Sunday with a bunch of chicks and a bunch of ducks and okay. Ready, Ricky?
I'm not sure we're
Oh yes, I feel this.
okay.
Rick stepped into Tommy's shoes today. And thank you, Donna and Tommy, for Friday night. I hear it was amazing. You know, I think we need to stand up and sing this one together. Oh, yes, I feel the Spirit. Oh, let the music ring. Oh, yes, I feel the power when 1,000 voices sing. Hallelujah, 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 amen. Take it, Rick.
When I say my affirmation, I connect to my higher self. I feel the presence in every situation. I claim abundance and good health.
Oh, yes, I feel the Spirit. Oh, let the music ring. Oh, yes, I feel the power when 1,000 voices sing. Hallelujah, 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 amen. When I pray or sit in meditation, I forgive others and myself. I feel the presence of oneness in every soul and nation. I bring peace and love and joy and health. Oh, yes, I feel the Spirit. Oh, let the music ring. Oh, yes, I feel the power when 1,000 voices sing. Hallelujah, 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 amen. Hallelujah, hallelujah, amen.
Woo. Wow, I feel the Spirit. I feel the Spirit. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Easter. Oh, we're making a party in here. It's not a party till something gets broken. Very good. Well, hello and good morning, everyone. I'm Stacy Macus Ross. I'm so happy. Oh, I'm just looking around at our friends new and who have been here for a while, and my heart is so happy. So thank you for joining us. Oh my gosh, I just feel so happy right now. Let's just take a happy breath. Happy Easter. Thank you for spending it with Unity of the Oaks, whether you're coming through our virtual doors, so hello to the people online, but also thank you to everyone here who's here and celebrating with us today. We're so happy to have you. Woo, it's good. I feel the Spirit. Okay, you know what? You are at the right place at the right time. You want to know why? Here's why. Here's what Unity of the Oaks is all about. Here's what Unity of the Oaks is all about, Suwan. Here's what Unity of the Oaks is all about. Totally planned it. Unity of the Oaks. Say it with me. We are a loving, accepting, heart-centered spiritual community here to be love in action, to encourage personal spiritual growth, awaken spiritual curiosity, and to transform lives. So if you want to be curious, if you want to grow, if you want to expand, if you want to have a new thought, if you want to be surrounded by loving, positive, uplifting individuals, well then here we are. We're here for you. All inclusive too, so everyone is welcome. No matter what you've been through, no matter who you are, we are so happy that you're here to celebrate with us today on this Easter day. So take a moment just to look around and smile and say hello, maybe nod a little hello, namaste. I see the light in you. Welcome to our community. We do have some folks online. I'm sorry I didn't get your names, but I think Donna was watching. I think Deborah's watching. So we'll just say hello to everyone online too. So wave to the cameras. Say hello to our folks there, back at home. So today is Easter, and we're going to be celebrating all those things in life that we've overcome. So if you're online, you're going to want to get paper and pen. When you arrived here, you saw that there was a little journal prompt for you and paper. So go ahead and just set that down. We'll come back to it a little bit later because we're going to be looking at all those things that we have overcome in our lives and how we keep rising up our best, happiest, most peaceful, most loving, whole selves. So that's today. So excited about that. Let's see what else. So if you brought a friend, you want to raise your hand? Should I just embarrass people? Did you bring a friend? Well done, you. Okay, thank you. Give them a round of applause. We're not going to start giving you a round of applause if you bring a friend. Okay, and then share our video. So when you get home, share our video. If you're online, share our video because they're going to want to hear this very fun and creative Easter message I came up with. I'm just going to pat myself on the back right now, okay? So stay tuned for fun. So let's take a moment to start with prayer. I mean, we started with laughter, really. So now let's start with prayer. So as you take a deep breath and allow yourself to fully arrive. And we take that elevator ride from our head down into our heart space. We open up the heart as we welcome in. We welcome in a new thought, a new way of being. We give thanks for the lives that are touched by words spoken or a song sung or a handshake. We give thanks for the community here. We give thanks for those acorns that planted the seed that has become the tree, Unity of the Oaks. And we give thanks for everyone who comes and walks with us and after us as well. We give thanks for this unity message. We give thanks for this Easter day of rising up into a new way of being and thinking. So for all of our gifts, seen and unseen, for this moment, we are so grateful. And so we say thank you, thank you, thank you, and it is so, amen. So let's continue with our wonderful Sunday morning, everyone. Here we go. Roll away the rock. Should we stand up? Do we want to stand up?
I think you might want to.
Yeah, I think we need to stand up.
This is our tribute to our beautiful John Clement. We hope you're watching online, John. Everybody knows this around here.
Shine in, roll away the rock, and let joy of life begin. Wake up to a new dawn, can't you see what God's got going on? Roll away the rock, and let joy of life begin. Make it, Paula. That you thought as he hung there on the cross, that the world was covered by darkness and all his light was lost. Jesus said, forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. And don't forget the kingdom of heaven lives inside of you. So roll away the rock, let that light shine in. joy of life begin. Wake up to a new dawn, can't you see what God's got going on? Roll away the rock, let your joy of life begin. Tag it. Roll away the rock, let your joy of life begin.
Thank you, Paula.
Okay, is this okay? Is this adequate? Today's daily word. Through Christ, I rise again. On this glorious Easter Sunday, the sun rises on the new day. I am glorious too, called to life and shining with joy because Christ is risen in me. Just as the stone was rolled away to reveal an empty tomb where Jesus' crucified body had been, I roll away the stones of all that has kept me entombed and leave my crucifixion experiences behind. Easter is a celebration of Jesus overcoming death. It is also an invitation to celebrate my victory over all I have survived. It is a celebration of the triumph of truth, the resurrection of the Christ within. The trials of the world are always temporary. Today, I roll away the stone of limitation and am resurrected into the truth of God. With joy, I rise again. And the verse is from John 11:25. I am the resurrection and the life.
So we take that into our time of meditation as I invite you to just settle in even more in your seat. Let that seat support you as you take a breath and let yourself really arrive so that you're even more relaxed than you were just a moment ago. You may want to take another breath. And as you do so, you can either close your eyes or you can gaze upon our Christ candle here. As we take that thought into our meditation, I rise again. A celebration of my overcoming. So just take a scan of your body and just notice if there's anything that's uncomfortable or that doesn't feel quite right. Just let it know that it's safe, that it can relax, and that you're going to bring your attention elsewhere for just a few minutes. As we take another breath in, breathing in peace. And as we exhale peace. And we allow that peace to be anchored within us. We allow a smile to form on our lips. And we notice that we're even more relaxed than we were even a breath ago. I invite you to place a smile now on your heart. Just imagining a smile on your heart, not to cover up anything, but to set the intention. The intention of a smile on the heart for the day, or maybe for this moment. Allowing the smile now to be placed in the center of your body, giving thanks for all those organs, everything the body is doing that we don't even have to think about. So we just give thanks and blessings and know that it's whole and well and working for us. And we're so thankful for that body of ours, for carrying our spirit. And so we allow the smile. We bring the smile to our knees, our feet, giving thanks for those knees and feet, carrying us, walking us on planet Earth so that we can do the work that is ours to do, so that we can be the expression of God on earth. Every step, a smile. And then lastly, we place the smile on our forehead, calming any worry. Again, the intention of rising. Knowing that in this moment, you have risen to every occasion in your life, and you have arrived at this moment with a smile on your heart. And so we feel the new life as it's bubbling up inside of us. We feel the new life in every cell of our bodies. We feel the new life rising up, outward from us into our world with a smile. We take a moment to marinate in the smile, to marinate in gratitude. We take a moment to marinate in celebration of who we are, where we've been in this moment. And so we breathe in gratitude through the heart, and we exhale gratitude through the heart. As we know that our vibrations of compassion, of kindness, go out into our world, blessing those who have sent prayers into Unity Oaks or Silent Unity, for those around the world who may be heavy of heart or mind. Our vibrations of love, our prayers of love go to you to uplift you. And so we know in this moment all is well and in divine order. In this moment, all is well and in divine order. So we take a breath, a knowing breath, as we start to move our fingers, wiggle our toes, and maybe move our heads from side to side to be aware and conscious of the seat that has been supporting us. As we gently open our eyes and know that we have arrived, as we give thanks for rising and celebrating that smile that we are, the smile that lives on our hearts. And so we say together, Amen. And so it is. Thank you.
let love in.
Let love in.
I feel the beat.
Feel the beat.
That's calling,
Calling.
calling us to rise.
Rise. Spirit, rise up. Rise in me. Rise. Rise. Spirit, rise up. Rise in me.
I ready my soul.
Ready my soul.
I clear my mind.
Clear my mind.
I'm here and now.
I'm here and now.
In present time.
In present time.
Feel the power.
Feel the power
of 1,000 suns.
of 1,000 suns.
Lighting up the dark.
Lighting up the dark.
We rise as one. Rise.
Rise. Spirit, rise up. Rise in me. Oh, rise. Rise. Spirit, rise up. Rise in me. Rise in me. I sing to you.
Sing to you.
You sing to me.
You sing to me.
Change up this noise.
Change up this
Make
noise.
sweet harmony. Rise. Rise. Spirit, rise up. Rise in me. Oh, rise. Rise. Spirit, rise up. Rise in me. Rise in me. Heart to heart.
Heart to heart.
Hand in hand.
Hand in hand.
No turning back. Onward to promised land. Do you feel the power of 1,000 suns lighting up the dark? Oh, we rise as one. Love's calling, calling out your name. Love's calling,
Calling.
that's why we came. Love's calling,
Calling.
calling out your name. Love's calling,
Calling.
that's why we came. Come on and rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. Rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. Rise in me. Well, I'm just like the underline now. I mean, they took us to church. Thank you for taking us to church music team. Wow. Woo, I know. Another round of applause. I was into that. Thank you. Woo, okay. Well, happy Easter. It's so wonderful to see so many people here. So how many people, when you go on a trip, you bring the biggest suitcase? Okay, there's some with me. Very good, thank you. Very good. Yeah, when I go on a trip, I take the biggest suitcase. Now, I understand you're all here for an Easter service, so just hang with me, okay? I'm going to get there. Yeah, so I bring the biggest suitcase because I want to leave plenty of room
for all my souvenirs, all those trinkets and goodies, right? So that I can bring that experience back home with me and fill my suitcase up with all those good things that I've brought. I want to make sure I leave room for all the memories. Leave room for everything that I want that's good, that I want to bring home with me as I move forward in my life. But what I don't want to do is keep the souvenirs or the clothes, the packing from the last trips in that same suitcase, right? Because when the kids were little, we took them to Hawaii in 2008. And so I wouldn't want the Hawaiian shells and flip-flops and coconut syrup, that's a whole nother story, in that suitcase for when we went to Austin in 2016, because I would need room for all my walking shoes because we walk so much in Austin. And then I wouldn't want the shells and the walking shoes and a sweater and a beanie and all that. There wouldn't have been room for all that. And I certainly wouldn't have wanted to wear my bathing suit from 14 years ago, and my flip-flops as I stood at the Grand Canyon in an ankle-deep snow, right? So I need to make room for the good. So we have an empty suitcase. And if I didn't make room for the new by removing the past, there would be no room to bring the new, to have the new experiences or memories with me. And so the same is true with any feelings or thoughts that keep us feeling heavy and weighed down like an overpacked suitcase. So the choice we have then is to roll away. See, I told you to get back to that Easter message. To roll away the heaviness within us so that we can make room for the light. So how do we do that? How do we roll away the heaviness within us? So we forgive. We talked a lot about that Friday. You might want to go back and watch that Friday service, everyone. It was all about forgiveness. So we roll away the heaviness within with forgiveness, ourselves and others. We release what no longer serves us. Maybe there's thoughts, maybe there's habits, maybe there's people. And we're compassionate. We're compassionate with ourselves. And part of the compassion with ourselves is about celebrating our successes, because we don't do that often enough. So often we think about what we haven't accomplished, and we forget to look back and reflect on what we have accomplished. So it's about rolling away all of the past to make room for the light and celebrate who and what you are today. Ooh, that's good, right? Can I get an amen? Okay, thank you. So I was thinking about Easter and the idea of Jesus rising up from the tomb, from death, right? And it's our Easter anthem, rise up, right? We've just sung about rise and rise up. And I started to think, we want to rise up from by using forgiveness and releasing and compassion so that we can move onward and upward and forward. But I also started thinking about, what are we rising up from? And what are we rising up for? Hold on here. Rise up is the theme, but what are we rising from? And what are we rising for? And I started thinking about, for rising up, we're looking at what we want to rise up from are the challenges of life, or the slights that we feel like we've been given in life by someone or a situation. Or we feel like we're rising up from our own perceived weaknesses or defaults or shame that we've collected. And yet all of that weigh us down. And they're items that are packed from an old trip. And what are we rising up for? Well, we're rising up because we want a new way of being, a new way to live, a new way to feel. Because we know that life can be happier and lighter and experienced with more love and joy and inner peace. And so something within us remembers, I want to hold on to that happy souvenir. I want that. It's being in denial. It's canceled. You can't take your coconut syrup on the plane with you. Again, a whole nother story for another day. But as we learned with the practice of groundedness book and series that we all did, that we can use our spiritual practices to keep us grounded, feel like us over will pass. Why? Because they always, storms always pass. And so we're able to still, using our spiritual practices, to still grow and move forward and experience life in a deeper, more meaningful way with the spiritual tools that we pick up and use. So again, with my practicum that I did, my internship in the area of addiction and recovery, so beautifully led by Valerie Kobabe, who's here today. Thank you. And I was thinking, wow, so why does someone with an addiction say, I need help, and go to a 12-step program or therapy? And it's because the challenge of living life with an addiction becomes too much, and they want a new way of life. And so they rise up from living the way that they have been living, and they want a life of inner freedom and healing, of emotional freedom and peace, and so that's what they're rising up for. I have a friend who's doing an internship in the area of marriage and family therapy, and she's working at a home where women who have been in abusive marriages go there to get support and counseling. And I was thinking, so why does the woman who's been in an abusive relationship get help from an outside organization and therapy? It's because she knows deep down that she's worthy, or her children are worthy, of rising up from her current situation and into a new paradigm. And she's rising up for, again, a new way of living and being and experiencing life. So what are you rising up from? And what are you rising up for? Okay, just take a breath. I know that's heavy. What am I rising up from, and what am I rising up for? Because we all have challenges of health, prosperity, relationships that we want to rise up from, or we want to overcome, so that we can see the situation in a new way. And we do that when we change our old way of thinking, and we do it with a new thought and a new action. And that comes back to, we forgive, we release, we're compassionate, and we celebrate. So going back to our Easter story, Jesus was in the tomb for 3 days, which is interesting because that's, the Trinity and Unity Trinity, that's our creation. That's how all of life is created. Divine mind, idea, expression. So Jesus is in the tomb for 3 days, and it's so symbolic also of our own dark night of the soul. When we think that everything is lost, when we think, even if I could rise up from this situation, it just seems too much, too heavy, too dark. There's too many big obstacles in my way in order to even start again. And again, the obstacle could be our health. It could be our thoughts around a situation that seem too big. But it's when we forgive that we start rolling away the rock. We start rolling away that inner heaviness. We forgive ourselves for any unkind words, thoughts, habits that we've used against us. We forgive any unkind words, thoughts, habits that have been used against us. Others for what they have done or not done in a situation. We release anything that's not forgiveness. We release any thoughts that seem to continue to hold us back from our own wholeness and remembering our divine identity. And then we employ compassion with ourselves, and then also with others. And we look again at those successes that we've had in the past, and we celebrate those. We celebrate all of the successes that we've had. We celebrate successes because you are here. You are right here. You're in a unity church. That means that you're willing to be spiritually interested. You have a spiritual inquiry. You're interested in spiritual maturity, emotional maturity, spiritual growth. You're interested in being surrounded by people who want the same thing. You're here surrounded by people who believe in affirmative, positive prayer and the metaphysical teachings of Jesus, and supporting and loving one another, to be loving, to be love in action. And you're here. You've arrived. It's no mistake. You're here by divine appointment. And so we can claim, I rise up to a new way of living and being. Ready? Let's say it together. I rise up to a new way of living and being. You read that very well. Let's say it with feeling now. Ready? I rise up to a new way of living and being. Yes, you do, absolutely. I roll away the heaviness that's within me so I can make room for the new light to come in. Don't overpack the suitcase with the old stuff. Only we can make the decision to change, to pack our bag in a whole new, different way, to see that the boulder may look big and I can't do it, or we can see that in fact I can roll it out of the way. I can step out into a new way of being. It's all up to us. And so what are some other spiritual tools we can use to rise up that are based on the Easter story? We can get support from friends. You know, the Marys were there with Jesus throughout his life, from him traveling and teaching to him on the cross and to afterwards. We get support from our friends. That's part of our spiritual journey, is reaching out to know that divine guidance is available to you. We listen to the angels, those divine guidance ideas that come to us, that speak to us. We listen to those. We clean ourselves. Remember, they cleaned Jesus before they wrapped him in the cloth. We clean our own thinking with our denials and affirmations. Again, we're not denying the reality of something, but we are denying its spiritual truth. And then we affirm the spiritual truth. And then we lift our thoughts to that spiritual truth. And that's our wings. That's our unity wings. Our thoughts to a higher place, to see it with the spiritual eyes. And we do so, we bring our thoughts up with forgiveness, with releasing, with compassion, and with celebration. And we celebrate and we see ourselves as that divine manifestation of life itself. Easter is a time to celebrate all the things in life that we've overcome. We celebrate our survival. We celebrate our triumphs. It's about forgiving ourselves and others so that we may experience a rising up of joy and peace and love, and celebrating all of it, all the moments of life. So we gave you paper and pen today, and if you're at home, you'll want paper and pen, because we're going to look at, what have I overcome in the past? What have I survived? What is something good I've done? Who have I already forgiven? Maybe I'm in the process of forgiving, but who else in the past have I already forgiven? So before you start on that, and we'll have some music here in just a moment, but before you start on that reminder up here that you have survived 100% of the days that you have been alive. Can I get a round of applause for that? You have survived 100% of the days that you've been alive. You are here. You have survived. You are alive. It's time to celebrate. So let's move into celebration. Because again, so often we think about how hard it's been, or how hard it is, and we forget to take stock in everything that we've accomplished in overcoming. All those times that we've risen up from the flames, from the old way of thinking, or the challenges. So we're going to take just a minute and a half to go ahead and jot down, to think about what adversity or challenge have I already overcome? Who is someone that I've already forgiven? And what is something good that I've done or contributed to? And we have more paper, we have more pens, and we can share with a friend too. But just taking a moment to reflect upon the successes that you have already had. And when you're done, you can just sit in that celebration of self for just a moment. Sit in the celebration of what you have accomplished. And if you want to put more than one thing, hey, I'm not going to stop you. Going to see this is just for you. Just another few seconds. Go ahead and look at it again. Celebrate yourself again. And at the bottom of that paper, you'll see an affirmation. And so we affirm with the next slide. And at the bottom of your sheet there. I celebrate myself and my victory over everything I have survived. Today I celebrate all the times I have triumphed. Through my own divine nature, I rise again and again. So now say it quietly to yourself with a whisper. I celebrate myself and my victory over everything I have survived. Today I celebrate all the times I have triumphed. Through my own divine nature, I rise again and again. And then that last sentence, that last line of affirmation, as powerfully as we can together. Ready? Through my own divine nature, I rise again and again. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Unity's Lent booklet for this year says this about Easter. Easter is a reminder that we have within us the power to overcome any obstacle in our way. The resurrection represents our power to overcome, to restore, to renew with health, peace, love, prosperity, and joy, whatever it is that we are trying to revive or rise up from. God is within every person as the Christ, God's idea of itself in humanity. The Christ, or the I am, is the fullness of God expressing individually as every human being. The Christ in you has never been sick or broken or unhappy. The Christ in you is your true spiritual wholeness that transcends your mental and physical natures. Therefore, you can proclaim your spiritual wholeness in the midst of any storm. Jesus understood the power within himself, and he urged his followers to accept that truth about themselves. He knew that you can't outperform your own consciousness. You can't outperform your own consciousness. Don't bring the old stuff with you, the stuff that doesn't fit or that's not helpful for this moment. Take the old stuff out. Unpack the old and make way for the new. Nothing, no stones or even boulders in your path, no limitations can stop you from your highest good. With joy, I rise again. With joy, I rise again. Ready, everyone? With joy, I rise again. Yes, you do. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. Happy Easter, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. Magnificent you are. Okay, so it wouldn't be Easter without this one either. It's for you, Stace. Just remember, when the He is risen is sung, it is I am risen. Was it a morning like this, when the sun still hid from Jerusalem, and Mary rose from her bed to tend the Lord she thought was dead? Was it a morning like this, when Mary walked down from Jerusalem, and two angels stood at the tomb, bearers of news she would hear soon? Did the grass sing? Did the earth rejoice to feel you again? Over and over like a trumpet underground, did the earth seem to pound, He is risen? Over and over in a never-ending round, He is risen. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Was it a morning like this, when Peter and John ran from Jerusalem, and as they raced from the tomb, beneath their feet was there a tomb? Did the grass sing? Did the earth rejoice to feel you again? Over and over like a trumpet underground, did the earth seem to pound, He is risen? Over and over in a never-ending round, He is risen. Hallelujah, hallelujah. And over like a trumpet underground, did the earth seem to
Good morning. Boy, I feel taller. I feel taller and stronger after that. I got some boulders to get out there and roll over. Don't you guys? After this sermon, oh my goodness, and the music. Okay. Good morning. I'm your board member on duty, and my name is Rhonda. See, you thought I was going to say it. Okay, it's Treasure. On behalf of the board, we are so grateful that you are here with us today. It's delightful to see this many smiling faces here on this special Easter Sunday. Your presence here is a present to us. If what you heard today has inspired you in any way, we ask that you consider a gift to Unity of the Oaks and partner with our spiritual community. The easiest way to give, both in person and online, is to visit our website or text the word GIVE. You can text. It's unbelievable. Do that number there on your screen. If you're here in person with us today, we also have a love offering basket over on the table. We're not going to do the passing thing, but it's right there on your way out. We also have a QR code. So way too technical for me, but for you young ones, I know that's a piece of cake. Now, if you will take a moment and focus your attention on that giving heart, the one with the smile on it. And now please join me in the love offering blessing. Love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust God. Thank you so much for partnering with us so that we can bring this spiritual transformational message to our community, through our community, every Sunday. You are part of helping us transform this world. We value and appreciate your gift. Now we have a few words from our platform assistant.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Juan Ross, your platform assistant for today, with a few reminders of what's going on here at Unity of the Oaks. And you can find all this information that I'm going to share and more in the back of the room at our information table. And of course, it's also in our weekly e-letter and the monthly newsletter that gets mailed out. So contact our office if you'd like to be added to any of our mailing lists. Also, we now have a slideshow with announcements for 5 minutes before the service, along with some fabulous music, a little pre-show there. I was expecting a little Jesus Christ Superstar today, but maybe a little afterwards. Maybe afterwards. All right. So, and then you can find upcoming events and information that way too. So the three reminders for today are April 24th, the last Sunday in April. That's yeah, all right. It's a workshop by Reverend Ken Fendrick based on the book and philosophy, The Four Agreements. Sign up in the back or online. And then that same day is also when the Grief Support Group will be meeting at 7:30 p.m. at Snapdragon Healing Center and Boutique. And lastly, we hope to see everyone May 1st, and that's to honor the life of our founding minister, Reverend Irma. And our new coordinator, Suwan, will have detailed information in the back of the room, along with other opportunities to participate in our spiritual community, including our spring cleaning, which is now known as Clean Our House Club. All right, so join that club. We look forward to seeing you at one of our upcoming events. And now Stacy has some thank yous to extend.
Yeah, Suwan came up with that name, the Clean the House Club. I thought that was good, huh, Wendy? I know. Everyone wants to be part of that club, right? I'm trying to get my family to be part of the Clean the House Club, too, but it's not working. Maybe they'll rise up to a new thought about that, though. Thank you to everyone who was a part of today's service. I want to say a special thank you to Jane Brown for bringing our lilies. There's a beautiful lily here and in the back, so thank you for bringing our Easter lilies for us, Jane. Also to Yvette, who's been with our youth, so I want to say thank you to Yvette. So when she comes in, please make sure you give her a big hug. She put together a nice Sunday service, Easter celebration for them. And our Good Friday, everyone who helped with Good Friday, thank you. Especially Donna Miller was here along with Tommy Reeves, so thank you to them. Yeah, let's be a big round of applause for the Good Friday group and everyone who is here. You know, we are a prayer ministry, so if you need prayer today, we have Reverend Judy, she's so multitasking right now because she'll do prayer and she'll collect your pens. So there she is. So if you need prayer, please, if you have anything on your heart or mind, you just want that spiritual support, she'll be just on the bench right here outside the doors to pray with you. You can also go online to our website to submit your prayer. You can also email prayer@unityoftheoaks.org, and we would be so honored to pray with you. So please don't go through your day or week not having that prayer support, okay? Lastly, thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you for coming out today and sharing Easter with me. I'm so honored and happy that you've come to share Easter with me. And again, for everyone online too, thank you for taking time out of your day to be with us, whether you're watching now or later. I wish you all a very, very happy, wonderful Easter where you get the opportunity. You don't have to take it, but you have that opportunity to unpack the bag and put in all that new, clean it out and get some new good light in there, right? Okay, so you're going to rise up today and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday. We're going to stand up and say our yes, there's peace on earth, and then our prayer for protection. We're going to be holding on to hearts still and not hands, and we hope to say hello to you after the service as well. Thank you, everyone. Happy Easter.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous life. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is risen.